Welcome back to This Day in Irish History. I'm your host, Raymond Welsh, and today we travel back to January 29th, 1920, a pivotal day during the Irish War of Independence. On this day, an IRA unit carried out a bold and strategically significant ambush near Bantry Bay in County Cork. This operation was one of many that would come to define the guerrilla tactics of the Irish Republican Army during their fight for independence. To set the stage, the Irish War of Independence was already well underway by early 1920. Beginning in January 1919, the conflict was a fierce and often brutal struggle between the IRA, the armed force of the Irish Republic declared by Sinn Féin, and the British forces, which included not only the regular army, but also the notorious Royal Irish Constabulary, RIC, and its paramilitary auxiliaries. The war was characterized by hit-and-run tactics, ambushes, and sabotage carried out by the IRA, countered by harsh reprisals and intimidation from British forces. The ambush near Bantry Bay was a textbook example of the kind of asymmetrical warfare the IRA employed so effectively. In this instance, an IRA unit targeted a British convoy tasked with transporting supplies and reinforcements through a rugged stretch of West Cork. County Cork, known as the Rebel County, was one of the epicenters of IRA activity during the war, with many daring operations taking place there. The area's mountainous terrain, dense woodland, and network of narrow roads made it an ideal setting for guerrilla warfare. The ambush occurred as the convoy wound its way through the countryside. The IRA, having gathered intelligence about the convoy's movements, carefully planned their attack. They positioned themselves along the route, using the natural features of the landscape to conceal their presence. As the British convoy approached, the IRA opened fire, catching the British forces off guard. In the chaos that followed, several vehicles were disabled, and casualties were inflicted on the British side. What made this ambush particularly significant was its disruption of supply lines. The British forces in Ireland relied heavily on convoys to transport troops, weapons, and equipment across the country. By targeting these convoys, the IRA was able to hinder British operations, weaken their grip on the region, and boost morale among the local population. The successful execution of the Bantry Bay ambush was a clear signal of the IRA's growing capabilities and their determination to challenge British rule at every turn. This ambush, like many others, had wider implications beyond the immediate tactical success. It demonstrated the effectiveness of intelligence gathering, local support, and carefully coordinated attacks. The operation also highlighted the vulnerability of British forces to guerrilla tactics, despite their superior numbers and firepower. For the people of Cork and beyond, such actions were a source of hope and defiance, reinforcing the belief that independence was within reach. However, these successes came at a cost. The British authorities often responded to IRA ambushes with severe reprisals, targeting both the guerrilla fighters and the civilian population suspected of aiding them. Villages were burned, homes were destroyed, and innocent people were subjected to intimidation and violence. This cycle of attack and reprisal deepened the animosity between the Irish population and the British administration, further entrenching the divide. The ambush near Bantry Bay was one of many such incidents during the Irish War of Independence, a conflict that would continue to escalate throughout 1920 and 1921. These years saw the IRA refine their tactics, shifting the balance of power in their favour. Despite the hardships endured, the resilience and ingenuity of the Irish people during this period laid the groundwork for the eventual truce and the signing of the Anglo-Irish Treaty in December 1921, which led to the establishment of the Irish Free State. As we reflect on the events of January 29th, 1920, we are reminded of the courage and determination of those who fought for Ireland's independence. The ambush near Bantry Bay was more than just a military action. It was a symbol of resistance and a step forward on the long and difficult road to freedom. Thank you for joining me on This Day in Irish History. Please like and don't forget to subscribe to Ireland's Forgotten History on Substack for more daily insights into Ireland's past. I'll see you tomorrow for another look back at the moments that shaped our history. Slán go fóill.